Multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune demyelinating disease of the central nervous system. Messages that are meant to be transmitted from one part of the brain to another are faulty.
The Northwest has a greater incidence of MS than almost anywhere else on Earth.
And this is a very, very serious concern, and it should be for all of us.
We don't know the cause of MS, and we don't have a cure for MS.
It can vary considerably from person to person. Knowing one person with MS absolutely doesn't mean that you understand this disease, because it can look so different.
Growing up, I wanted to be in the Army. That's all I wanted to do, and I made sure I did it. I became an interrogator, and they taught me Persian Farsi, and I was able to travel the world, and it was a really amazing experience. When I was growing up, I had a lot of really weird symptoms. I had headaches all the time. I was tired more than the average teenager, bladder control issues, tingling in my limbs, and no one could ever really figure out what was wrong with me. I knew my whole life something was wrong with me, but I was always told to get over it. Finally, in 2010, I was diagnosed. The military decided that I would need to be medically discharged. From there, I was left to figure out what I was going to do with my life, because I was barely 21 and my whole life had kind of crumbled.
I've always enjoyed games and computers, and when I was young, I remember I would, spend hours playing around with my old computer. I'm a content designer. It's kind of like being a director. I was 34 when I first started having symptoms. I found myself becoming more and more isolated because of the speech and worry about my endurance. I found myself not hanging out with friends and not doing things socially.
I called the National Multiple Sclerosis Society in tears because I didn't know what to do. I could either pay my medical bills or I could pay my electricity bill. And they were wonderful, and they immediately helped me.
A family member of mine was diagnosed with MS, and that was such a frightening moment for myself and for our family. And obtaining knowledge is so incredibly powerful, and we found through the organization that we were able to get that.
It's the largest chapter in the country. We serve Alaska, Montana, and Washington. Approximately 15,000 people living with MS.
Through the MS Society, I hooked up with a couple support groups.
I was able to meet people that also had multiple sclerosis.
I don't have to explain anything.
It's just nice to be able to know that you're not alone.
It's good to have a group that I'm comfortable around, because, I don't.
This chapter is known for its extensive commitment from individual donors to research, and we're very proud of that.
Thanks to a lot of the research that the MS Society has funded, there's been an explosive growth in treatment options that are available now. 20 years ago, we had nothing.
Now there are 10 disease-modifying therapies.
If in the past 20 years we've gotten this far, where will we be 20 more years?
The impact of the MS Society in moving this research forward is tremendous.
There is not a more promising time in MS care than today.
About 3 weeks after I got back from Afghanistan, I met my husband. We have been successfully conquering my MS ever since. I was really stressed, and I was scared that I'd never be able to have a child, because 20 years ago when you had MS, they told you that you couldn't have children. So we found out we were pregnant the day before we were supposed to start IVF treatment, which was wonderful. Research gives me hope, and the fact that science is progressing every day gives me hope.
Life would be a lot harder without the MS Society.
There's someone that you know that has multiple sclerosis, and it affects their life in deeper ways than you could possibly imagine.
Every person can make a difference.
We will find the cause and there will be a cure.
There's something really big coming very soon.